Bühäri must pay for his crimes against humanity. Hey, my country people, this thing where they happen so belle dey sweet me. This are the first time when a former president go jail because of all wetin dey commit for the country. Bühäri must go to jail. Court don talk am. Abeg, this video wey I wan watch so make una watch am reach the end. Una go see where they take analyze the story how Bühäri go take go jail after he hand over finish, because that time no immunity again. Hey, Nigeria, this na the first time this kind thing wan happen, and if e happen, e go serve as a deterrent to other political people for this our obodo Nigeria. You dey see am so? This thing wey wan happen so my country people, oh, na the first ever say a former president come go jail for atrocities and crime wey he commit. Anyway, before I go watch the video, una know this man for AAC Sowore, Omoyele Sowore, wey be the candidate, presidential candidate for AAC. He don come and come blast Bühäri. See am so? He say Bühäri go talk say he wan go Niger Republic after he hand over. So let me say the railway wey they do from Nigeria to Niger Republic na because of say you wan get quick road to the go Niger. All the cars you buy for Niger, now then you want to go use them. You see say this Bühäri na very wicked man. Anyway, this jail they await am. As he dey hand over, he dey go jail. Make I not waste una time too much. Abeg, make una watch this video. Make una see the analysis where he go take go jail.
Election consultant and political analyst, Mr. Judy Ojo, thank you so much indeed for coming on the program on a day as this. I know you're gaily dressed, perhaps you visited a few friends for the celebration. But I mean, when you hear the president ask for forgiveness or saying, "Please pardon me," what comes to your mind?
I think he's expressing his humanity. He's a human being, like he said. He's a human being like you and I. And in the course of his action or inaction, he definitely will have stepped on toes. And he has chosen 38 days to the exit of his administration to plead for forgiveness. But he's not the only one. A few days ago, Governor Umar Ganduje of Kano State was the first to come out to say people of Kano should forgive him. He possibly has stepped on some toes. And it's normal and natural for politicians to do that. Even PDP, after 16 years of misgovernance, came out after the Ekweremadu report. Yes. I think it was Prince Uche knelt down in Abuja. God bless you. So you can see that's a whole political party to say, look, Nigerians, forgive us. We have heard. We committed a lot of atrocities. We did things the way it should not be done. So it's in the way of politicians to seek forgiveness. And it is also in the ways of every human being who believes in a supreme God to seek forgiveness. After all, the Lord's Prayer, our Father who art in heaven. So it's not out of place. But my own point of departure is, yes, there are actions and inactions. There are those actions that are force majeure. You know, you cannot help. So things just have to happen the way they are. And there are those, you know, somebody will say error of the mind, error of the heart. Let me put this in context. Mr. President, in putting Nigeria through the excruciating pains of Naira redesign, and people were complaining.
Is that forgivable?
It's not for Nigerians.
Because there are businesses that are no more.
God bless you.
Because of that, because of that policy.
And people were
warning.
People warned. People begged. People said, look, Mr. President, this isn't working. This is the eve of election. There are those who lost election in APC because of the president action. I said there on this platform, part of the reason Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu lost the election in Lagos was because of this excruciating pain. Recall that he himself came out that they deliberately, of course, he may say he was quoted out of context, but he said they hoarded money, they hoarded fuel, but he will contest and win. I mean, paraphrasing.
Mr. Ojo, there were people who stripped themselves naked out of frustration
in the banking hall.
People had money, but they couldn't get access to it. Understandable reasons that the CBN gave, that to curb this, to do this and do that. But the question is that how would you make policies that will make life more miserable for the populace, for the larger population?
And on top of it, February 8th, the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, said, look, I'm giving this order pending the determination of the merit of the case. Let status quo ante be maintained. The president, after that Supreme Court decision, addressed the nation and did a selective, application. Said, okay, 200 naira will be circulated. The whole 200 naira will be recirculated in for another 60 days, but for 500 naira, 1,000 naira. So I think the president at that point should have observed the rule of law, agree with the Supreme Court justices, and allow and you could see that even when the final determination came, I think was it March 25 or thereabout, the CBN governor was still waiting on the president. I think it's my elder brother, Garba Shehu, that threw Emefiele under the bus by saying he shouldn't be waiting on the president to implement the Supreme Court decision. But that is the story. People lost business.
That is one policy.
What about oil theft? What do you have to say about oil theft? A military general, a major general retired in this country, under him, Nigeria lost almost half of his daily oil production to crude oil theft.
Can that be is that pardonable?
I'm not judging.
No, you are the political analyst.
Well, I'm not judging the president. I'm only throwing the issue out there.
No, but the question is that, and the reason why I'm asking you, if someone slaps you and is asking for forgiveness, it's up to you to know whether or not you are forgiven.
But in this respect, I can say, well, whatever it is, I forgive you, Mr. President. But those who are impacted most negatively, those who lost their means of livelihood, who lost their lives, who lost their businesses because of certain action and decision of the president, something that fall within his purview, would they want to easily forgive? The point is whether they even forgive or they don't forgive. There's little or nothing they can do about it. You remember that when Father Bishop Kuka came out with that homily early in the year, the presidency disagreed vehemently with him, but the public, what he said resonated more with the public. Because, yes, one thing I must say is that Mr. President is not a sole administrator. Governance is of 3 arms and 3 tiers. We have the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, and we have the federal, state, and local government. But like Malangaba Shehu said in his earlier comment, that the president is asking for forgiveness even on behalf of some of his appointees who has ministries, departments, and agencies.
There are those who will blame the president that he gives people responsibility without acting.
Without proper oversight.
Is that pardonable?
Without what?
I'm asking rhetorical questions because we are dropping issues and policy decisions and style of leadership of the president that, look, it is a precedent. Anybody could come into office and say, after 8 years, I will ask for forgiveness and I will move on. It's not that easy because policy and decision of leaders have consequences on their lives. Look at how many Nigerians that have left this country because of hardship that they experience, because of the threats to their business, because of insecurity. So are those pardonable?
For me, no action is not pardonable. Everything is pardonable. And even if he didn't ask for forgiveness, many Nigerians are saying, we can't wait to let this man go. He said he's tired. He said he wants to go and rest. Let him go and rest. The best of it.
All right.
A lot can still be done in the 38 days that is left to impact positively. One thing that I will score Mr. President low on is the tardiness in appointing people into positions. Look at the mess with former IGP extending his tenure, the former chief of CG of immigration.
Even the president IG, there is an issue. His birthday
So why is it that the president cannot find suitable replacement for people on time? Why do their tenure have to lapse? And then he started looking for acting person.
Mr. Ojo, thank you so much for your thought there. Let me